Hello, my name is Trevor Cutmore. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, click the notification, make comments and share my videos. I'd really appreciate that, especially if you're enjoying them. Let other people enjoy them as well. Post them onto other groups if you would. It would be great. What are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about Brexit and Europe and investing. So, investing in Europe brings a phrase to mind. Hell has no fury as a woman scorned. Wow, what a quote. What a proverb that means. Wow. So, we have come away from Europe. We have to ask a question. Should we be buying property in Europe now? My answer is no. Absolutely not. Why? Not because Europe isn't a beautiful place. I've got one son lives in Germany and it's probably one of the wealthiest countries, if not the wealthiest country in Europe, doing really well. They've been affected with the virus as every other country has, and I think it's a very profitable place. He lives in a great city, vibrant, great economy there, doing really well. Would you buy in Munich? I think if you live in Germany, why not? Be great investment. But as far as I'm concerned, as a UK landlord and who's investing in property and building property, where would I buy? Would I buy in any European country now? No, I wouldn't. And some of you are going to say, well, why not? And many of you will be from Europe and saying, well, it's fine, it's fine. Well, look, first of all, two of my sons were living in France. And I know how it is in France. I know that in Paris, you've got so many empty properties there because there was an exodus that came out to London, not because of anything except the tax situation in France. You can't make money in France. 70% tax in some cases. Until they have a tax reform and absolutely turn it round on its head, it's pointless. You need to understand some of the legislation about renting, about actually buying a property and renting it in France. Not only that, let's take Greece. Okay, that's enough with Greece. What are we talking about? There's some great opportunities. I get offered properties in Greece. You can buy them at a fraction to what they were worth going back 10 years. But they're not worth it. It's only worth it if they're going to go back up. Where will Greece be in 5 years' time? Where will Europe be in 5 years' time? I think this is my question. That's why I will not buy. Remember, when we came out, and listen, let's give a hats off to the government. They did an incredible job with this, we're not going to deal, we're not going to deal. And they stood the test. And we have come away with an incredible deal. No free trade with no subject to the UK, the Euro laws. It is a blinder. The finance agreements that we have, fantastic. Absolutely second to none. Even the fishing rights for 5.5 years, it's a concession, but well done, well done. You had to give somewhere. And even the Northern Ireland issue, yes, it's okay. So for me, being British, I think what a great job our government has done, and we've done very well. Now, yes, we're still going through the COVID, and I think we're still going to see a hit to our economy because of that. But the hit for as far as where Brexit could have been is negligible to what it could have been if we came up with absolutely no deal. Wasn't it funny that we had the borders shut and we had miles and miles of lorries all backed up just before the negotiations, or just during those negotiations, were taking place? It was almost like a bluff, and I didn't know which side was bluffing most, if it was the Euro who said you're not coming over, or us that said you're not crossing, you're not going over. It was an interesting one. But whatever happened, it did force a decision from both sides, and I think we came out so much better and with so much what we wanted anyway. The free trade is second to none. That ensures our economy is going to be strong, it's going to recover. And if you think where we're going and what we're going to be doing coming out, I think it's incredibly positive for us. No doubt we are going to have a downturn. We will. It's just going to come because of, and it will get worse before it gets better. But let's look at Europe. Remember, Britain was contributing the equivalent of 19 European countries was their contribution, and we've gone. France has got no money. Italy, Spain, Portugal, Ireland, and the list, and Greece, they got no money at all. Well, they have, but they don't want to give it to make any contributions. And the list continues. So the one who's holding it now is Germany. And Germany is holding, going to really be under stress. You know, they can't even get out now. They're sort of stuffed either way. So I hate to call it, but I think, you know, people I speak with, they think eventually there will be a breakup and splintering of Europe, with Britain being the first. Holland are making noises. Greece, I don't know. I don't think they could go back and redo themselves. Who knows? But certainly there is a depression coming in Europe, because, as I've said time and time again, when there's a depression, the governments need to step up and to push money out to get things going again. They have to get GDP up. Now in Europe, they've already borrowed so much money. Yes, we have as well, but it was slightly different. We were ready for Brexit before the finance started of you know, what happened with COVID. So we had the best starting position. I'm not saying that we're in a great shape, but we had a very good starting position. Mark Carney said, we've been ready for no deal Brexit for the last few years. We've got ready. Even some of the bank lending has been taken from America, as opposed to where it was always in Germany. So we have positioned ourselves really, really well. And, you know, I just will not buy or invest in Europe. I might take options, lease option deals. Yes, no problem at all. But as far as buying in Europe right now, I wouldn't touch it. Not long term at all, because it will be, I think it could be disastrous. I think some countries are just going to go to the wall, and they're going to be really, really bad. If you look at credit ratings in certain countries and the way that they list it, you'll be quite shocked where people are right now. And it's on a precipice, and very much Germany are going to help, well, be at the pinnacle of that precipice and see how they do, because there's only so much the quantitative easing, printing money and making sure that we can keep, you know, making our own debt, but that has to be balanced at some time, and it's not nice. So the European market for me is a no-go. Listen, I know this is going to get some of you rattled, and you're probably shouting, Trevor, you don't know what you're talking about. Great, please put your comments down. Put your comments. Maybe you think, Trevor, I'd never invest in Britain. It's fine. Tell me. I've got no problem. I've got another son in Australia, and he's looking to invest, but he might do it in Australia. They haven't had a recession in something like 45 years. It's incredible. And every commentator says, oh, Australia's going to have a crash. They're going to have a crash. And it hasn't happened. It's amazing. But properties are very expensive, in Sydney especially. So, you know, put your comments. Tell me, Trevor, you don't know what you're talking about. But for me personally, I'm not going to touch Europe. And is that because, you know, we've come away from a relationship? There's like a divorce that has happened now. You know, there's been lots of comments flying backwards and forth, but we have an incredible deal. We are, I would say, pretty strong going forward. And our potentially is, remember, it's nothing until you do that, get that potential. But through hard work and us continuing to be the best that we can be in export and import and the things that we do in concept and business, especially in finance, then I think the future is going to be really good after maybe 2 or 3 years of a bit of a slump with the COVID. But remember, more millionaires are made in troubled times than there ever are in the good times. So if you're an entrepreneur, and if you haven't read the book, please read Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's the one book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Read that. It messes your mind up and you'll never be the same again. Rob Moore, it changed his life, it changed my life. Read it and you will be changed forever. Guys, listen, it's a bit of a chat about Brexit. I think that the future for us in this country as far as property is incredible. I've just made an offer today at at the weekend. We made an offer, £525,000 for a house, looking to build on next to it, and there's more. We're offering all the time. Made another offer on another house, £200,000 today. We'll wait to see. So I'm being as aggressive as possible. Many of you will be saying, Trevor, should we not wait a few months? If the deal works and there's great profit in it, why are you waiting? That's my comeback. Yes, some of you might want to wait, but I think now is the time. Just get it right. Don't make mistakes. If you are interested in live sessions, if you're interested in a little bit of mentoring or something, let me know. We do have some one-to-one spaces left, but these are for serious investors who have funds. Okay, guys, bless you. Have a great week. Bye-bye.